Yeah, it's me again, it's Danny, for another review. This time though, this is the one I was telling you about a few weeks ago, which I'm quite excited about because I wanted one of these and I thought I'm going to contact the company just to see if they would give me one or give me a discount on one. But they kindly sent one through for free, which I'm quite happy about, to be honest. And it's one of these. So it's the Brenner Musician's Watch. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. It's a musician's watch. So on the front it says a vibrating metronome, all very good. Contact tuner, very good. Decibel meter, could come in handy. And a smartwatch. What more could you want? So we are going to do a very brief review on this today, and of what's in the box and all that sort of stuff and what it can do. And then in a couple of weeks' time there'll be another video outlining the pros and cons and how I've coped with it over 2 weeks of using it, whether it's been really useful, not so useful, a pain in the bum, and all of the above really. So just to see how well it has worked as a watch, as a metronome, and everything which it says it can do, plus the battery life as well, see how long that lasts. So if you are interested in one of these after watching this review and one in a couple of weeks, there'll be a link below which you can click on and you'll get 15% discount on one of these as well. So if you are interested, click that link, it'll help you out, also helps me out, which is rather nice. So it's a win-win situation. Please watch the rest of this review. Brenner Core, the watch for all musicians. All musicians, well, that's pretty good. So I've just started peeling that off anyway, but let's take that off completely. We don't need that on, do we? So slidey, ready. Ooh, look at that. Stick that to one side. How else do we get in that? Oh no, use a plectrum. Every guitarist should have one of these, not the watch as such, but the plectrum. So there we go. Right, open that up. Oh, give that a little pop. There it is, look at that. Right, so what have we got? Obviously the usual gubbins in there, which gives you all the paperwork and instructions and stuff. It's really nicely packaged, which is cool. So the manual in English, which is nice because that's where we are at the moment. It's very Apple-like, isn't it? You get a sticker. Right, what is that? Ah, right, sticky pads. Sticky pads for the tuner mount. It said just there, tuner mount adhesives. I should have read that first before I'm going, what's that? So share to win. That'd be nice. So a little bit of advertising, and that's where you could possibly get them from as well. Those three places. Definitely there. I've seen them there. Not looked on those two. And you can get them at soundbrenner.com as well. Right, so let's put that to one side for now. Now, what do we got there? So that is the strap itself, which looks pretty cool. Feels really nice, actually. So that's your... Obviously, I've just got the core, which is the cheapy one, or cheaper one, so you don't get the leather strap with this one. The plastic back feels very brittle. Not sure how well that's going to hold up over time, but we shall see. So, but there you are. That's that. And then there's the watchy bit itself. Looks very nice. Quite big, isn't it? Actually. On there, yeah. I've only got little wrists. So that will go on there. Quite a chunky watch, but in actual fact, it's actually quite stylish, I think. Quite nice. Anyway, we'll have that sorted in a second. What else comes in there? So I think that's like a body strap type thing. Or a thigh strap or an arm strap or something. So that can be put as a bigger strap in there. There we go. So you've got multiple straps to use. So I won't worry about that just yet. Put that back in there. That looks like it's that mount thing because that's the magnetic part. So that can be stuck onto a guitar of some sort or whatever really that you can use it to tune. So any acoustic sort of instrument, electric guitar, banjo, ukulele, whatever you like. Ooh, quite magnetic-y. That's the charging cable, obviously. Nice and green. And what's this one? So this must be the earplugs. Oh, it's a horrible noise. I don't like that. I won't be opening that too many times. Oh, right, okay. So just very rubbery earplugs. Boing. Cool. Nice little case, but I don't like the sound. Oh, that's made me feel a bit weird. Right. Anyway, that can stay in there for now. So, how do we turn it on? I don't know. Let's find out. First off, you've got to download the Brenner app, which is what I'm going to do now. This is the watch. There we go. Look at that. It's got a time on it. It's got your battery percentage. There we are. Hang on. There we go. Down the bottom. The feel of it is pretty good, to be honest. We've got obviously the detachable watch face. I was going to say fotch waist then, but no, it's a watch face, which is pretty good. It feels quality, that part, actually. The strap itself is nice. That part is rather plasticky, but it does the job and it feels quite solid. Once it's all in place and on, it feels good. So the watch itself, yeah, I mean, it's quite sort of futuristic in a sense. It's not a bad looking watch, so I don't think you're going to be disappointed as far as that's concerned. Now, the actual functionality of it, so you've got your metronome using that wheel on the top, or you can use the button on the side, tuner, decibel meter, timer, stopwatch, and then your settings, and then it just repeats itself around again. Now, I have tried this with messages from my phone, and it does work. It really does work. So you get like a screen at the top and a screen down the bottom, so as you can see there, and you get the message sort of scrolling down that screen. So it's not like an iPhone, obviously, but where you've got one big screen. When you're reading your messages, it's reading it along like kind of like an old dot matrix type thing. But it's definitely clear, it's definitely visible, and it does the job as far as getting the message read. If you need to reply, obviously you pull out your phone and then you've got that option to reply from there. So anyway, the metronome itself, which is what most people are going to be interested in with this. So that is the screen you've got. Now you can tap tempo to get a tempo on there. Woo, look at that. But we're just going to basically scroll into that screen, use the wheel on the outside. I'm going to take that down to about 100 BPM. There we go, which you can tap that, and just if you want to know the tempo of a song, you can tap and sort of follow yourself along with the song, and then double tap to start the metronome. Oh, there we go. There's a notification come up from YouTube, so you've just seen what that looks like. I don't know what that's for. There we are. We'll read that later. So let me get back into... hang on. Oh no, that's wrong thing. There we go. Back into the metronome. There we are. Okay, so to start the metronome, you double tap. And you can see that that's clicking away. Now, so I've got 100 beats per minute, 4/4 timing, using quarter notes. That's 100 beats on quarter notes. And then down here, you've got your beats. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the first beat of every bar, if you like, I've got it set so it's stronger. So the actual haptic or the vibration is a lot stronger. So it gives you a clear visual as well as the vibration of where beat one's going to lie. Now you can change that. So if I bring that back up and we go from that into there, so you can take it down to nothing at all, or you can have it on the same as beat 2, 3 and 4. Okay, and you can also take it up so that it's just slightly stronger. So you've got all these options, and you can do that for beat 1, 2, 3 and 4 if you're in 7/4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So all those options are changeable. Now you can change your time signature, as I just said as well, and you can also change the timing of it. So this time we're on eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so it actually goes twice for every beat. And if we want to change that to what we got there, try and change it to 16th notes. There we go. So the tempo is still staying at 100 beats, but that's actually tapping at 16th notes at 100 beats per minute, which is kind of insane, to be honest. Let's take that back to just every beat. So that works really well. I can see this being very useful in everyday sort of guitar practice and things like that. So it's going to be really cool. I can see that being very useful in the sense of if you're at a band rehearsal or whatever, and you're trying to work out the tempo of a song, and people are going, no, that's 100 beats per minute. No, it's not. It's 120 beats per minute. You can say, well, what tempo do you want it played at? And then you can tap it in, and then obviously get a clear indication of what it is. So if you've got a song going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's telling me it's 131. Now if I want to round that up, I'm going to go back to, there we go, to that, round it up to 132, double tap to get that started. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., and double tap to stop it. So one thing which I can't remember whether I mentioned this or not, but if you've got a band and you've all got the money to spare, you could all buy one of these watches and have them sync up together so that you end up with everybody playing to the same tempo, which, to be honest, if you're in a band, is always a good thing, isn't it? You can't have someone out of time, because then you're always trying to pull them back in time or following them on their meandering wanderings through weird timings, which could be good for prog but not for a lot of stuff. So anyways, with that said, let's move on to the tuner. Right, so we're going to go into tuner mode. So a simple tap, open it up, press that bottom button, metronome, go 1 to the right is tuner, and then tap that bottom button there to engage a tuner. We'll take that off of the actual watch mount, and then I'm going to turn it over because the magnet's on this side, and then I'm just going to clunk that onto the guitar tuning pegs themselves. Now as soon as I pick a string, it picks it up really quickly, which is very cool, and if you're in tune, it's green, so you get this nice big green indication. So the B is in green, the G is green, the D is green. But if I take, for instance, if I take the D down, so it says C sharp and it's gone to the right hand side, so if I keep bringing that up, you'll notice that the colour changes. The further round towards the D that I go, the more in the way of a shade of green it becomes. And obviously you've got your arrows as indication as well. There we go. So that's nicely in tune. And then the same for all the others as well. So that kind of works really well, doesn't it? And it sits on that guitar. Whoops. It sits on the guitar rather nicely. So if I can bring that just so I can show you. And you can obviously turn it as much as you want. I mean, if you gave it a gentle knock, it would come off, but it's pretty well logged on there. So if you're just doing a quick tune, obviously you wouldn't want to keep it on there for a whole gig, but if you're just doing a quick tune, then that works really well. And as long as you've got metal machine heads, I think that's fine. So the little circular magnet that they give for you to stick on your guitar, personally I'm not going to use it, because you don't need to. It's sort of, the magnet is strong enough to actually situate itself on there quite well, quite firmly as well. But that's down to you, so don't say that I've told you to do that and then it falls off and breaks. That's it's down to you guys. Right, so that is the tuner. There it is. So the Brenner Core Musician's Watch. Is it going to be beneficial to me? I don't know. You know, I've got 2 weeks to kind of muck about with it, see if I use it. Then I'm going to do the video and just let you know the pros and cons of how I actually got on with it. Obviously, it's a personal thing in the sense of whether I use it. Somebody else might use it more than me or less than me, whatever. But, you know, I wanted one of these. They've kindly given one to me as well. So I'm going to do my best to make it work in the sense of I'm going to be honest. So there's no point in me doing a review if I can't be honest with it. So which is what I've said to them anyway. So yeah, but overall, my first impressions are the strap itself feels very nice. It's just sort of like I don't know what you call it, a rubbery kind of strap. The actual watch mount is extremely plasticky. That concerns me slightly. The watch itself, the actual main unit of it, feels really good quality. I mean, again, it's a little bit sort of plasticky around the side there, but you know, it's certainly not Apple Watch quality. I mean, I didn't really want to say that, but I have. But for a musician, the thing is, the Apple Watch will not give you anywhere near the haptic kind of vibration feeling that this is going to give. I've got an Apple Watch and I've tried it, and it doesn't do as well as this does as far as a metronome is concerned, which was the whole point of me wanting one of these in the first place. So from that sort of perspective, yeah, I think it's going to work really well, but obviously time will tell. It does work with messages, which is really good, because you know, even with the Apple Watch, I would look at the message on the watch, and then if you needed to respond, I would pick out my phone and respond on that, because it's far quicker than trying to do it on the watch itself. Whereas this, obviously you can't respond on this as far as I know. Someone might tell me otherwise, but you can still read the message, and that is really cool, because I know there was a few reviews saying that the update hadn't worked, blah blah blah, but it definitely has worked. This is working with messages that come through on my phone. So yes, do not be worried about that, because it does work. So in that sense, it's a smart watch. The sort of setup time of it is really quick. The sort of pairing time to your phone is quick as well. And then the functionality for musicians seems to be really good. So obviously you've got all the straps and stuff that come with it, which are all in here. Earplugs, straps, so you got a chest strap and a wrist strap, which I'm wearing, and then other straps as well for, could be parts of your leg or your arm or whatever you're going to use it for. As far as that's concerned, it all seems really good. So with that in mind, I'm going to sort of sit back and work on it for a couple of weeks and see if I use it, and then I'll come back to you with the conclusion of how it actually works for a musician. Let's see.